putting together flyers on both of those things that we'll get some more information about. So that again, that's Thursday, meeting at the Fountain, 11:30. We're setting out at noon for that action. We don't have a bottom line for that action, I don't think, right now. And then another announcement is that we are setting weekly action group meetings at 5 p.m. To take place at the 209 9th Street SEIU office on the 4th floor. If that's going to change on a...
Can you say that a little bit slower, please?
Yep. 5 p.m. Thursdays, the action group meets at 209 9th Street on the 4th floor. And everybody is welcome and encouraged to attend those meetings. And lastly, we decided that it's really good to have, well, we didn't decide, I think there's general consensus in the camp that we want to have Saturday actions as well that are of a big, large nature. So Action Working Group has started planning for a November 5th Saturday action, which is not this Saturday but the following, recognizing that November 5th is kind of a important day for a lot of people in this movement. So we thought it was appropriate to have it on the 5th of November. So that'll, I think, is in development as far as where we would march and what our message would be, but we kind of envisioned it as something similar to our first day of marching, where a lot of people are bringing their own message of what it means to be the 99%. Those are announcements. Oh, right. Yes, of course. I'm sorry, Mel.
I'm going to add something else to the developmental stages, which is that on November 15th, Tuesday at 5 o'clock, Halliburton Corporation is sponsoring the opening reception of the Doug East Conference, also known as Digging Unconventional Gas at the Convention Center. This is when all the big-time drillers come together and the corporations that spend hundreds of thousands of dollars whining and dining each other and heralding the fact that they're destroying our environment. Halliburton is the 5th least favorably viewed corporation in this nation for a host of reasons, including, of course, the BP spill, Marcellus shale failures of casings, many deaths in Iraq, including killing U.S. soldiers by faulty electrical work, overcharging the U.S. government with billions of dollars, attempting just environmental terrorists, and aiding the war efforts phenomenally and getting real big contracts. And as you all know, the former Vice President Dick Cheney was the CEO and awarded a lot of those contracts. So we are in the developmental stages of calling a broad-based greeting for Halliburton, also known as the Hellish Burden and the Death Machine. And we're going to greet them with a very disparate and wide-based organization, the thing that no permits. We're just going to call on everybody to show up and tell Halliburton, you're not welcome in this town. 15, just developmental stages. Okay?
What's the date on that again?
November 15th. It's a Tuesday.
Any other work group announcements or statements?
Yes, you want to take over?
All right, so I guess we'll go.
Yeah,
Media.
We have media.
Okay.
Cool, sorry. Quick changing of the roles. Okay, so here are some of the roles that we need help with. We're going to be passing around some paper to sign up if you're interested in any of these. We especially need your name and your email address. So we're looking for tent staffing, just someone to be there to watch the equipment and to answer questions as to the best of your ability. We need somebody to keep biking. We need somebody to be biking all the time. We're powered by green power, so partly by solar panels and partly by your own legs. So we need somebody to for Facebook. We need someone to post, also to read and respond to questions that are coming in. We need people to be doing Twitter, and that's something that all of you can do from your own phones. We also have someone who's starting a newsletter, and they will be doing a separate proposal and telling you more about that soon, just after this announcement. We need people to help with the website and writing, keeping updating with the events. Sammy is doing a lot of that good stuff right now. We need people who are experienced in video production, shooting, editing, uploading, everything to do with that. Photo editing, photography, more live streaming. We'll continue to have trainings Tuesday, Thursdays, and Sundays, 12 noon and 5. We need help with really setting up those good connections with other work groups so we can get your messages and your needs out there. And I'm not able to read anything else there. Okay, the orientation welcoming meeting, the next one, is this Tuesday at 6 o'clock. And, okay, let's see here. So the group here, the subgroup of the media group that's going to do the newsletter, would like to go ahead and announce what they're working on.
Hey there, everyone. My name is Amanda, and over there is Alice. And we've started a new sub media group, and we are going to start a newsletter. And it's really exciting, and it's going to be called the Occupier's Chronicle, and it's going to be weekly, and we're really, really hyped and psyched about it. And we really wanted to put this out there because we really feel that we want to reach more people and using other types of media other than just internet-based media and like Twitter-based media. There's lots of people who don't have time to read blogs on the internet or to watch live stream, and there's lots of people who might not have access to the internet, and I think it's really important to do outreach in this type of way too, just by handing people a double-sided piece of paper that has news, reports directly from the people who are occupying the space over at the park. So we're really excited about it. Our first pilot issue is due out next Saturday. It's going to be just printed newsletter. There's going to be a digital file of it too, so that can go on the website and that can be put out in the email blast also. Things that we are looking for from everyone involved in the camp and in the movement would be, if you have access to pre-printing, if you could let us know, let us know who you are. We can get you a copy of the file, print away, unlimited printing, do it. That would be awesome. People to write stories about their experiences at camp. Why are you here? Why are you supporting this movement? What does this mean to you? I think it's really important to get this out there to people who aren't here and as a way to get people here. And then in the next couple of days, we're going to have an email that I can bring back to another General Assembly and also give to the social media working group to post on the website and stuff like that. And yeah, just touch base with us. We're going to be meeting every Saturday at 6 at the camp, and we can be more specific when we figure out that location and everything too. So if you have ideas about stories, or if there's something you feel really passionate about that think would be good for the newsletter, then come to the meeting at 6 and we can work it out. So yeah, we're excited.
One more comment on social media. I have gotten all the GA notes that I have been here for up. It's basically everything we've proposed and settled on and we've all agreed on. And my next step is to get all of the announcements that you guys give us, all of the events that you announce. I'm going to be posting those to the events page hopefully this week. I want to say tonight, but that's probably not going to happen.
So she needs help.
No.
Oh, you don't?
No.
Sorry.
It's a very easy job. It's going to take,
Right.
it's just I don't have time to do it tonight.
Okay.
But I will have, the GA notes are up. So if you know people who don't have time to come, let them know to get on the site, go to meeting minutes, and you can see a very concise form of what happened here whenever or after every GA meeting.
Where on the website is that?
What?
Where on the website is that?
If you go to the homepage on the right, on the right column,
Make sure you
go down, and it's really little. I don't remember the words around it because I have not spent much time on the site, but you'll find it on the right column, far right.
you have a question, sir?
Oh, I raised my hand because I can help print stuff.
Hey guys, just want to let everybody know that we currently have an info center that's actually in development. This is going to have information as far as who is bottom lining what work groups, contact people, as well as other information that's good for the camp. I could use some help with this from the other work groups just to help make sure that there's somebody there at all times. So that way when people come in and have questions, they're being facilitated. So if anybody is interested in helping me out with this, just please come see me after the GA and I'll be glad to make sure that we get up and running as quickly as possible. So thank you. Oh, my name is Michael, by the way. What's that? Oh, and the info center is actually right across from the food tent. It's actually where the media tent used to be held. So that's actually now transforming into the info center. So, right, like I said, if anybody can help, I could definitely use the help. I would really appreciate it. Thank you.
Any other work group announcements or updates? Okay, so we'll move into the work group proposals. And I know we had several, so whoever wants to start. With legal working group.
Okay. Hi, I'm on the legal working group, and this is Yanni. She's also on the legal working group. What's your name? I'm Janet. And we want to propose to the group that the legal... We'd like to propose to the group that the legal working team begin to facilitate a series of ongoing workshops in order to educate the occupiers about any legal matter you feel you need to be educated on. The idea behind this is that you guys generate the topics for discussion, and we facilitate the legal experts, lawyers, attorneys, general voices around Pittsburgh to come in and teach these workshops. So we have a sign-up sheet that I'd like to pass around if this proposal passes. You guys can write down whatever topics you're interested in, and we will get to work on getting people here to talk to you about it. We haven't picked a specific time that these workshops will take place yet. With your help, we can get that worked out. But we wanted to put that proposal forward. It's one of the pieces at the bottom line of our group is to facilitate these workshops and ongoing trainings. So that's our very general proposal.
Clarifying question?
I have a point of process. I agree with you. I like what you're doing, but that would be considered an announcement. That's something that doesn't really need to go through with the GA, that you want to do workshops on things. I'm just mentioning that for everybody's sake. Like, that's the kind of thing people talk about when they say there are proposals that should be announcements. It's a great idea, and you shouldn't need to come to the GA to ask us if you can do workshops. You can do workshops. That's what your working group is.
Yeah, I apologize. That was wrong.
I don't want to be rude saying that. Like, I'm just...
So, I mean, yeah, so is everyone comfortable with that being an announcement? I know this may not be the very normal thing, but...
So we are going to send that around then. We'll go around. Make sure it gets back to me tonight.
No, we're considering it. But you can ask them afterwards.
Well, I have a question. Is the legal working group working on any kind of legal support in the event the camp gets,
Right. Yeah. Yes, we are. We should have a chain of communication established in the next couple of days with one catch-all number for everyone in the camp to have in case arrests are made. And we will get that number decided on, like I said, in the next 2 days. We're also, at the same time that we're getting that chain of communication set up, we're beginning to line up lawyers, practicing attorneys who we'll produce a list of them. We'll have that list. We will be able to place a call to those people to act as representation if anyone is arrested. So that's where we are in that. That is also one of our 3 bottom lines in our working group.
Okay. All right, so now we'll move again to working group proposals.
Okay, my name is John. Okay, I propose that we take the 3 recycle barrels that's not doing nothing, strategically set them in place fill them up with water. I got 3 4-gallon buckets. We need fire up in there. We had somebody hold a fire in the kitchen. No one did nothing. If we catch a fire up in there, everything's gonna go. That grass and all that. So if we take them barrels, strategically put them around, we got buckets, we can have a fire brigade.
Yeah, we don't have to do it as a proposal, but I think that everyone should just help them do that, so that we have.
Sand also works really, really well. If we could get some buckets of sand, that would help with the same thing.
Especially with police fires.
Yeah, but we don't have fire extinguishers.
So should these go on needs that we need to go
Yeah, I
on?
believe today someone should have relayed that after the little incident. To the
Yeah, but what
working
about the
group, and if
tents?
they haven't, then yes, fire extinguishers, and sand.
Yeah, we haven't had a variety of things. We have to have a variety.
So anyone that's at camp tonight, make sure you check in with John. Sorry, John. And let's get some water in there somehow.
My name is Zuro. I work in the kitchen. We throw ample amounts of water contained in partially drink bottles away. If instead of littering our tables with them or various pieces of whatever around our table, or just yourselves throwing the water you're not drinking away, if somehow we could come up with a receptacle that you could pour that water into, we could make use of it.
Yeah, we can maybe use one of the barrels as a.
If we could put one near the kitchen.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Get a sign on it to say water non-potable, don't drink this.
Yeah.
Go ahead, sir.
My name is Brandon. I'm a fire chief in Elizabeth Township. I know we have a bunch of water cannons sitting around our station. I could bring them down. You guys should use them.
Yeah.
Yay! Thank you.
All right, we'll be fireproof.
Brandon.
My name's also Brandon. I'm on the statement working group. This is just to clarify. This is something I brought as an individual proposal at last night's General Assembly. I took a straw poll to see if people would be interested in something. This is the language that I ran by the statement group quickly this morning. So I'm going to read it, and then people can say if they have concerns or support or whatever. It's a statement of solidarity with occupations facing opposition. There are a lot of them right now.
Can everybody hear?
Do we need the mic?
Here's Mike.
All right, mic check.
Mic check.
We, the people of Occupy Pittsburgh,
We, the people of Occupy Pittsburgh,
come together to express our solidarity with our sisters and brothers in the movement
with our sisters and brothers in the movement,
who are courageously defending their right to peaceably assemble
who are courageously defending their right to peacefully assemble
in the face of uncertainty,
in the face of uncertainty,
threats, and unwarranted violence. Our own ability to occupy is due in no small part to the sacrifices of occupiers around the country and the globe. At tonight's General Assembly, we wish to extend our heartfelt encouragement and gratitude to those occupiers. And I need to pause here. There's a correction to the proposal which I passed around to some of you. The occupiers at Oakland, it is no longer Frank Ogawa Park, it is Oscar Grant Park in honor of the unarmed man who was shot by a BART police authority several months ago. I don't know the exact date. So that's a slight modification to what's written down on the proposal. Oscar Grant. There were protests related to it on the BART. Instead of Frank Ogawa, I can write a correction on that. And then Oakland has 2 sites, so Frank Ogawa Park and Snow Park in Oakland. Mic check. In that public square in Cleveland, as they struggle to maintain their sights against mounting threats To the occupiers of Chicago, Denver, and Sydney,
to the occupiers of Denver, and Sydney,
as they seek to regroup, and to the 99% worldwide,
and to the 99% worldwide,
who sacrifice daily, in ways large and small. Your struggle is our struggle. Your strength gives us strength. That's it.
Oh my God, that's wonderful.
I passed this around to some people, but if people want a copy, at the bottom are sort of suggestions for, putting it on the website, communicating with the groups that were in solidarity with and stuff like that. So.
Is it time for discussion about this proposal?
And also clarifying questions. If you have any questions about what we're
I just wanted to point out that there was a person on one of the Facebook groups, a trans person who objected to the use of the phrase brothers and sisters.
Okay, so does anyone have a better phrase?
Everyone.
I like brothers.
We all call each other brothers and sisters.
Transgender is self-identified.
We want to be, internal solidarity statement is being inclusive, including any transgender, transsexual. So
Can we say brothers and sisters and everyone?
I think if we just say everyone, that shouldn't be an issue.
Can we work brothers and sisters in there somewhere? Because that means a lot to me personally.
Well, the thing is that we did adopt internal solidarity statement.
Okay.
And if someone in our group has an issue with the wording and they are transgender, we should take that into account.
Okay.
Not saying that your suggestion should be not taken into account.
Okay.
I don't know if we want to take a straw poll. Do we want to have further discussion? Or should we see if we want to just keep everyone and keep it as a living document?
I have a question then. Clarifying question.
Okay.
I don't know. Sorry, Rosemary. I don't know which phrase she's referring to. Can we get them both in there somewhere? That's got to be doable, right?
For instance, it's sisters and brothers. So I think there are other places where we refer to fellow occupiers. Yeah.
Well, I think everyone is inclusive as it is. I think it includes brothers and sisters amongst everyone else. So I think if we add brothers and sisters, now we're kind of creating a big group and then highlighting a smaller group. And I think it's unnecessary, personally.
Let's just move on to any other clarifying questions.
I do.
Any other?
I have a question. I'm unclear. If I were a female in a man's, wait a minute, okay, transgender. Okay, if I switched from female to male, wouldn't I identify myself as a male?
Yes, you would.
And if I were the opposite. So what's wrong with brothers and sisters? I'm asking, I don't know.
As a point of information, there are some people who don't identify themselves on the gender binary. There are some people who identify themselves as gender queer, for example. So by highlighting brothers and sisters, it fails to recognize it's their decision to be away from the binary that is on the gender spectrum.
Also, brothers and sisters relates to earlier formations. This is to be a new and different formation. It relates to those, it's going to relate to the labor unions and other forms. Not that they're problematic, but if this is new, this is new. And it doesn't really have a place in there we're going.
Any other clarifying questions?
Is there any way to express that kind of affinity in a way that is gender neutral? Maybe our friends,
Members of the family, perhaps.
our family, some way that's just not as vague as everybody.
Say in our occupied family.
99%?
I'll use that at the end.
Yeah,
Family's good.
we'll do something a little different. Julie would like to read that with having the occupied family in there and see how it sounds.
Okay. We, the people of Occupy Pittsburgh, come together to express our solidarity with our family in the movement who are courageously defending their right to peaceably assemble in the face of uncertainty, threats, and unwarranted violence. Our own ability to occupy is due in no small part to the sacrifices, etc.
All right, any more clarifying questions? We'll take that as a friendly amendment, if you want. But we'll try to continue in the process. Any other clarifying questions? Okay. Any concerns?
Does anyone have heads up on?
Mic check.
Does anyone have heads up on?
Does anyone have heads up on?
All right, sounds good. What the police are considering,
The police are considering.
or if they are not considering,
They are not considering
shutting down
shutting down.
this, the area.
The area.
I have information.
Well, that's
I have information.
okay.
I talked to some cops to thank them for not kicking us out of the park. They were really cool because this is Pittsburgh. They said as long as we're peaceful, no issues. The one lady wants to occupy the Cayman Islands with me when we get to going after offshore banking accounts. Excellent. Excellent.
Point of process.
All right, do we have any concerns?
Point of process.
I think, well, I'll ask for statements of support. Additional statements of support. I love it. Okay, well, let's see. Well, do we accept, first, Brandon, do you accept the
I love it.
amendment to add family? Okay. So let's go ahead and test for consensus. How many like the statement of solidarity as presented with the word family in there? And we have consensus. So it is passed. Okay. Okay. But they're all like that. All right, do you have any other proposals from working groups?
Any other proposals from working groups?
All right, well, I'm sort of presenting some easy ones from facilitation. The first one I think everyone will like, but I'm not trying to sway your opinion ahead of time. But Jeff from media, our communications group, pretty much, I can't take all the credit or anything, I'm just reading it. But I, as in the facilitation team and anyone else, would like to propose, starting this Tuesday, October 25th, that Occupy Pittsburgh move to a schedule of conducting a General Assembly on Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturdays at 7 p.m., which in essence will take away the daily GAs that we've been having. So they'll just be starting on Tuesday, then Thursday, and then Saturday and Sunday at 7. Now during the non-GA evenings, which would be Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, there could be facilitated discussions starting at 7 on issues that interest the Occupy Pittsburgh community. Topics for these non-GA nights or days could be proposed in advance by individuals or working groups during a General Assembly the previous day. Or they can be free-form discussions. So the idea, now that we've gotten through the first week, I'm assuming, is we were looking to reduce the General Assemblies, but doing so that it wouldn't put anything in danger as far as crucial decisions. We're moving through setting up, so we feel that we can now scale them back. And there's a lot of people that haven't been able to make it every single day and have missed out on some of their input in the process. And we feel if we have it, 2 times during the weekend and then just twice during the week, that we can increase participation from people that can't always be here. And then the discussions outside of it would be ways that people can get together and discuss some things. It's hard to hear from everyone. It would be great if we could hear from every person, every General Assembly, but it's just not possible. So a discussion can be a sort of an incubator as well as just venting session, maybe a brainstorming session, or just getting together to talk, or make, drawing or painting or poetry. Everyone can decide, but I think we need to have spaces outside the General Assembly for people to get together in smaller groups. They will be facilitated though, so anyone that wants to be facilitating them can learn how to facilitate the General Assemblies as well. So it's a good starting point. So let's start with clarifying questions.
I had a concern or question. I'll turn it into a question. this is my second day to visit Occupy Pittsburgh, and that's not true, to be at a General Assembly. And I'm here with my friend Rosemary. This is her first General Assembly. We know that they exist because we've been following the movement in New York and other places, right? So if I came for the first time and walked in and said, where's the General Assembly? And they're like, oh, there isn't one today until tomorrow. Could we just call them all General Assemblies so people have something to see? And I like what you're suggesting. I like it a lot.
Well, the problem is a General Assembly, by definition, is that everyone that's available comes together in a group to make decisions that affect the whole entire movement. Whereas what we want to do on the off days is actually have more of a, facilitated discussions, but more informal.
Could we call it a discussion
So there's no
General
decision
Assembly?
making, but there's no decision making.
Informal General Assembly. I mean, we're making it up as we go,
Well,
right?
just to clarify further, the idea of the discussion is that no decisions would be made.
Okay.
It's more of a discussion area, and a
I like
General
that.
Assembly is where decisions are made. Or if, for example, a working group is coming together to make a decision. The thing is that it can be an incubator, so if it gets to a point where someone feels that there is something they want to present to the General Assembly, those discussions can be that starting point. But it would have to be presented at the General Assembly. We want to try to just make it so that people can participate more in the General Assemblies, but still have a way to participate on a smaller scale on the other days. But yeah, we won't be able to call it General Assembly if it's not everyone involved.
I just think it's confusing for newcomers, and if I came down real excited and they're like, oh no, there's not a General Assembly, I guess they could come back tomorrow. I'm not heart set on this.
Well, we'll have four days a week. Those 3 days will be discussion times. I'll just give my opinion. I think if it's just explained that these are smaller discussion circles that work as incubators or times to just discuss issues related to a GAA or not, and that our decision making is actually made on those other 4 days a week at the General Assembly. All we can do is educate, I guess.
Michael?
On that note, sorry.
Everyone's stacked. Make sure you're looking at
Tell me point of view.
Your third.
Would this affect the camp GAs at all?
You know what? I didn't even find out the.
No, just
So
the
the
general.
GAs, yeah, okay. So camp GAs would continue as the camp decided to happen. Which if it's still every day, they'll continue, or if they change it, that works then separately.
I have a really extremely strong feeling about this. The movement that started began.
Clarifying questions. We're going to get to concerns, but we need to have people ask questions about the proposal first, and then we can move into the concern.
Well, my question would be, how would we expect that this would strengthen the assembly if we're dividing it, and casting it about?
Well, like I said,
when solidarity is what we need, it will be. I agree with this person, is that it would have no effect but to cause confusion.
Well, to answer your question, first off, we're trying to increase participation. There's a lot of people that haven't been able to make it because it's every day, and they kind of just lost interest in trying to get down. We're an Occupy movement. Our occupation is at the campsite, but it's more than just the people that are camping, even though that's the main occupation. But we don't want to ignore anyone else and what their needs are, so we're trying to, and honestly, last night I know there were some issues with trying to change them and everything, but honestly, the fact of the matter is that a lot of people were getting a little bit impatient with how long the General Assemblies were lasting, that there was a lot of contention and confusion. And I think, I just agree with the proposal as it stands, that having discussion times, even if it's just, venting times outside of the General Assembly where maybe new ideas can form, that's going to actually increase solidarity. Right now we're seeing that people are not showing up to the General Assemblies because they're getting impatient with them and they're not feeling like they're being heard. And that's what we're taking into account. And we're not trying, we're not trying to take away, we're trying to actually increase our numbers at the General Assembly and our solidarity within the movement.
On that note, I actually, after watching both, I was in DC, watching
quite some time, having a little break is not a bad thing. That way there is some voicing in between times that is a good time to vent, get that stuff out. So you really focus on stuff when we were having the General Assembly. And if you follow the live stream, you can actually, if there's something you missed, you can see a lot of it on live stream.
You can also
hook up on the email. I'm sorry?
All the notes are on the website.
Yeah. So if there's any question on what went on, so you might have missed something, that's how I've been keeping, because I've not missed it. I mean, I've not been for one.
It says, there's a yellow
but knowing how everybody's going to speak at a GA,
and it says try closing curve
Okay, well, we want to not get too far into opinions because this is clarifying questions. We can say point of information, so that was helpful. But any other clarifying questions?
Point of process, point of process, and point of process.
Yeah.
We're in the clarifying questions, so.
Sorry, I forget what clarifying is sometimes.
You have a
It was the same thing.
point of process.
Anything that ends in a question?
Okay. Just questions. Comments are later.
We just added that point of process.
Oh, wait, what did you just do?
You want to
I
talk some more?
minimized it.
Okay, please bring it
That's
back
what the discussion is.
She
So any other
minimized the
clarifying
information
questions
at the bottom
about
of the left.
the proposal? Any other points of information?
Yeah, I'm not sure why
Okay.
she.
Well, because if I can minimize it, then we can see what other apps are being loaded better.
This is how they've implemented
She's trying to see if there are any other apps that are.
Because it said there
direct
were.
adaptation of
We
what
need
they're
to-
doing.
we need to stop.
What they've found is that doing it this way gives more time during the week for working
Can I
groups to get
stop
together
streaming
instead of
for a
spending
minute?
every evening at the General
To try to
Assembly.
fix that?
They can get together in the working groups and get more of their working group work done. And the other thing is, whenever you have less General
What?
Assemblies, I mean, it's only, if we're going from 7 to 4, it's still going to be every other day. But you can find that more people will show up.
And another point of information too, New York is having some issues because they really kind of almost, abandoned the General Assemblies and allow their work groups to just do work without coming together. So we're very aware of dangers of paring it down too much, but we feel that this is a good point to start. I mean, nothing is set in stone, so if anyone has issues, they can always bring forth, their concerns or a new proposal to, and if everyone agrees to it, then we can go back. But I think we're at a point where we feel relatively comfortable that we can try this and give people a little bit of a break, get more in participation and more working group work done, and we'll just take it as we go. All right. Any other concerns? I'm done.
Yes.
I don't know where I minimize it to see what other apps are
Discussing that
All right.
possibility of putting them at the same time. But it sounds to me that we have fewer General Assemblies who bring more proposals during that time. So this could actually be more time for General Assembly.
Should I minimize what you did? No, that wasn't. Okay, but I minimized it and I don't know how to get it back up.
Go ahead.
I have the same idea also that there may be people who have work, family, or other obligations, but they can come down whenever they can and try to participate. And if there's less General Assemblies, there'll be less participation on that level. Also, there's various things that may come up. I think it's a good idea to try this. If I may add a friendly amendment.
We get through the concerns and statements of support.
Okay, well, of course, I would get considered.
We'll accept amendments after we get through concerns, so hopefully we don't mind. Can I just address a couple of these right now? One is that we're trying to increase participation based on feedback from people that are working and have families, so it's not that it was just created without those people in mind. And on the other hand, sometimes, and this is just my own opinion, if working groups have more time to develop proposals, they become better and more well thought out, researched, concise, which may or may not save time. There's no way to predict. But I think with more consensus within a working group, leads to more.
Just a point of process, the facilitator shouldn't be jumping stack to respond to concerns.
I'm presenting the proposal, so
But you already presented it and saying we're on concerns now, so responding to these individual concerns before all the concerns fade out, that should be in statements of support.
Well, basically, all right. Well, another meeting we were doing that. We're taking two at a time, but I don't mind waiting. So who else has concern?
No. Okay, then people can move on our
My
way.
concern is how to communicate this to people who come for the first time, don't know what the hell is going on. More information posted would be good if we could have it scheduled posted. That's it. I'm going to jump ahead and support this. We can try it have it more information.
Crazy for a minute. Could you protect that? Sure. Thank you.
Statements of support?
Any statements of support?
I support it. Okay, Sammy.
Amendment.
Could you look at that screen?
Friendly amendment.
That's right side up.
Friendly amendment.
Everybody, I'm Steve. So, I'm changing something. It's a good idea to test the experiment of how it goes.
Reserve battery power.
Okay, could you hold this for a second and put it in the speaker?
There's a time for workers to meet. Some people come from their job, they have 2 meetings during each night. That's over like 5 hours. You can't really have multiple meetings at midnight. I think it's also very helpful because a lot of over and over again, a lot of people making proposals are actually just them wanting to express their opinion because they're frustrated. And putting in this every other day where we can have discussions about how things at the camp are going will address that because it gives time for people to bring up those things without couching them as proposals.
I think that the non-formal generally assembly time will be as valuable or more valuable than the formal general assembly because it is a time when people can speak more freely with each other. And specifically the point of newcomers, I think that would be perhaps even more valuable.
I want to say something quickly in support of both the proposal and what I think was a friendly amendment. I like the proposal. I also like the idea of doing it on an experimental basis and possibly voting on it again in 2 weeks because there are a lot of concerns. So if it does pass, I would support doing it on an experimental basis.
I completely agree with this because we spend 2 hours every single night sitting here bullshitting back and forth, point of process. We go back and forth, what's an announcement, what's a proposal. We sit there and half of what's proposed gets withdrawn or tabled and then never gets brought back up or gets brought back up and tabled again. And we get sick of being here. It's getting colder sitting here for 2 hours. It's cold. It's cold. We get hungry after that 2 hours. We have to go to the bathroom during that 2 hours. I honestly, I wouldn't be at the GAs anymore if I wasn't taking notes for social media.
We need meditation. That's what we need, some meditation.
It's frustrating for every Toronto has it. So why not make it every other night where we can have a more valuable time?
Well, I'm going to restate the proposal with the, I'll accept the friendly amendments that were brought forward. So I would like to propose starting on Tuesday, October...
One more statement.
I really like Spunky Chicks. Thank you for that. I think it sounds fantastic. I hope it works really well. Okay, I don't want to.
And I like the amendment too, probably because of the signs.
I had an almost identical friendly amendment. I was going to say, let's make the Monday 2 weeks from now, the general thing, a time to focus specifically on how this process has been working so that we can discuss that for the general discussion. Then the following night, affirm or modify or go back to nightly, whatever we decide to do.
So you want to have that we reevaluate up to 2 weeks, but the Monday.
The general discussion, and so
and
we'll
then
be
bring
prepared.
it to the Tuesday
Yeah.
GAO.
Yeah.
All right. So. Okay. All right. So this I'm going to restate it with the amendments. So I'll accept that. I would like to propose, starting on Tuesday, October 25th, that Occupy Pittsburgh move to a schedule of conducting a General Assembly on Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 7 o'clock p.m. During the non-GA evenings, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, there could be facilitated discussions starting at 7 on issues that interest the Occupy Pittsburgh community. Topics for these non-GA nights could be proposed in advance by individuals or working groups during a General Assembly or can be pre-formed discussions. We will do this schedule for 2 weeks, discussing the results of the new schedule on Monday, November 7th at the non-GA discussion, and then bring our feedback on Tuesday, November 8th, General Assembly. So we want to start consensus over. Any clarifying questions about the new?
So would we meet tomorrow at the regular General Assembly?
If this were to start, it starts Tuesday, October 25th.
So we would
So
have-
nothing would be tomorrow except for informal discussion.
No,
Facilitated
Tomorrow's Monday, the 24th, and start
Oh, I'm
Tuesday.
sorry. Yeah,
So regular meeting.
regular meeting Monday, GA Tuesday, and then Wednesday would be the first day there'd be facilitated discussion.
Right.
Any other clarifying questions?
Yes, since Monday, 2 weeks from now has a topic. Since Monday, 2 weeks from now has a topic, and that topic is consideration of this, have we considered what those days, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, may look like? Are we going to structure them in any way? Are they going to be organized in any way? Because we've already cut into one with this form.
Yeah, I mean, this discussion topics in the proposal says they could be proposed in advance at a GA by individuals or working groups, or can be free-form discussions. So other than November 7th, which is part of the proposal that will be to discuss the new schedule, any other nights that are non-GA nights that are discussion can be decided ahead of time at the previous day's GA, or just show up and do whatever you want. We can let them move around, form organically.
I don't know if this has a place or not, but those Monday, Wednesday, Fridays are days where, to me, it seems that they're days where working groups and people can just get together and have discussions and let whatever happens, happens. Right. We don't need that structure. We don't need an official body to say, here is what you need to do. We have our own responsibilities to one another, to work with one another and come up with whatever it is we care to bring forward or inform people that we'll be doing during the General Assembly.
So can I assume that when we consider this 2 weeks from now, we'll also be considering those days as well?
Now, what is the well, I want to discuss their evaluation of the new schedule.
Well, I'm gonna have
and
to
also
go back
the new
to get
non-GA discussions and their success or failure. And then on November 8th General Assembly, we will hear
but it won't be if I'm
what the
listed,
result of
I'm listed
those
here,
discussions were on the 7th.
From the
All right, any other clarifying questions? Okay. Yes.
Exactly clarifying questions in respect of the wheels. Clarify the wording of the meeting to include the word General Assembly, such as the state General Assembly discussion. This way, everyone that is aware throughout Pittsburgh of the General Assemblies that are being held at 7 o'clock still know that there is some type of meeting which involves them.
I know. I'm not holding the camera.
Here at 7 o'clock, still be moving.
Well, as I explained before, General Assembly is when we get as many people together as possible to make decisions for the movement in general. Whereas these non-GA discussions aren't going to be considered a form of
Okay.
General Assemblies because it's not going to include everyone. So it's right. It'll confuse people.
Okay.
It can't be considered a General Assembly discussion unless everybody is invited to it. So if you only have 10
Okay,
people
sounds
together
good.
in a circle, you cannot call
Thank
that
you,
a
Greg.
General Assembly at all. I mean, if you want
Bye-bye.
to yourself, you can, but we can't advertise it as that because it'd be confusing. I mean, I know what you mean, but it's just the definition of General Assembly
Okay, we need to
doesn't
sit
work if it's
down.
just 10 people out of the whole movement, for example. So it's like you're excluding people if you say it's a General Assembly, anything, if it's not in fact a General Assembly. You know, we can start by just
I'm
you know,
gonna take
saying that there'll be
this over.
discussions outside of the General Assembly as a descriptive term. What's your name?
I like you on my kind of stuff on YouTube. I've been a facilitator before, and I think I understand your policy. I really like it. I
If you could
agree
hold
with
it on
this
there,
man.
that'd
I
be
feel
great.
very strongly that having something called a General Assembly every single day is really, really valuable, and I think we can quibble. I think.
Clarifying questions right now.
I think we can quibble over the wording later. Can we have a quick, feeling how people feel about the thing? I don't know. I'll figure this out as I go too.
Well, that's what we're doing now. We're moving through the consensus process on the proposal with the friendly amendments added. So any more clarifying questions about the proposal as it was stated with the amendments?
Wait. She said,
We'll make sure we stay on stack so everyone gets it.
My question for you is, so who's invited?
Mike check, I can hear him.
Who is invited to these Monday, Wednesday, Friday discussions?
Who is invited to these Monday, Wednesday, Friday discussions?
Whoever wants to.
So I think what he's confused about is that you say not everyone's invited. But everyone
Not
is
everyone.
invited, but it's informal.
They're smaller discussions. It's not required that everyone be at them. Therefore, we cannot call it General Assembly.
Can we call it an informal General Assembly? Would it kill anybody to call it an informal General Assembly?
I think the difference is you won't be losing your voting power by not.
I'm agreeing with you.
So I'm just trying to clarify on behalf of Chris to clarify that question.
clarifying question.
Could everybody hear that?
No.
I was unclear whether it's one discussion Monday, Friday, Wednesday, or whether there's smaller groups discussing or something.
Can everyone hear that?
Monday, Wednesday, Friday will be times to have discussions that are not a General Assembly. People can do whatever they want during them. They have to relay that to others that want to join. People need to start doing this because this movement is about everyone taking initiative. The General Assembly is the only formal grouping that we have to make decisions for the movement as a whole. What we're trying to do is incorporate in people to have their own time to discuss things they want, and they can get other people with them. We are not structuring these discussions. We're not making these decisions for you.
That's a good answer.
Point process. Just as a general vibes check, it seems like everybody is. I understand there's a lot of concerns about everybody. It seems like we're getting like a little bit anxious about this. So if there's a real possibility we can speak this up, I think everybody will be very much appreciated.
When you say discussions, is that
Okay, so we did clarifying questions. Are we doing concerns now?
Initial proposal said no. You can do poetry, you can do whatever you like.
Early in the point of process.
Any concerns, please?
I just wanted to ask whether in the first three General Assemblies we held in Shadyside and Shanley Plaza, we adopted the method that was started by Occupy New York, which clarified what the General Assemblies were and what they were going to do. we accept that?
We did accept that we accepted the consensus process and what would be dealt with at the General Assembly. And it would mimic or be the same as what New York was doing at the time. Any other concerns?
Sure. I guess my only concern is the way it's phrased this year that during the evening Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, there could be interest in occupied topics of these non-PA nights could be proposed in advance by members of the General Assembly. Can be free-form discussions. I don't think that all people think they do. I think that just maybe saying these times could be used for working groups and leaving it up to that because we're not.
Can we just say these must be? It says can be. It says could. It says must be.
No, I'm just saying. I don't think it's a concern that this GA is trying to really tell people what could be done. That is up to people what they do.
I agree.
I'm just saying, please let people finish and not respond to things that they're saying. That's in the back.
Maybe we could just have someone have a subject they might want to put on a board and say, we're thinking of putting together this kind of group, focus group, on a board. So we did Washington, and they would meet at this time. If they were interested in that subject, they would meet together. That might make it a little easier.
Before I guess we'll call it an amendment, but that's not time for that yet, but I'll consider it. So, any other concerns?
From what I'm hearing, it's just a time to get together, hang out, talk, actually interact with each other. That's all she's saying. Use that time wisely to talk with each other about the concerns you're having so we can have more organized GAs at the next set.
That was more a statement of support, but any other concerns? Alright, statements of support. Alright, let me ask for amendments.
I was just going to point out some of the ideas that people threw out or how to structure that time effectively, like having a board with those topics. Just agreeing that this doesn't preclude anyone doing any of those things, so I don't think they necessarily need to be added to the proposal itself.
As a statement of support, I strongly in favor of this, and I more than willing to use info center's resources to accommodate those discussions on those non-GA days. So if people want to post, get together for specific subjects, I'll be glad to accommodate that.
Okay, so I'm going to accept the other amendment. Well, we're going to assume that was amendment. And what I'm going to do is take out the following sentence, which is topics for these non-GA nights could be proposed in advance by individuals or working groups during a General Assembly or can be free-form discussions. So therefore, it will just be open-ended. I'm going to decide. Since we've already gone through twice the consensus process, they should be facilitated, yes. Not part of the facilitation team, but someone should act as a facilitator so that we can have it be effective, just like we do in the General Assembly.
I would question whether the General Assembly is not
It does say there could be,
Is it
which leaves it open if people do not want to have a
Saturday,
facilitation,
Sunday?
they do not have to do that. I mean, it says there could be. I mean, that's not a directive. So, since we've already gone through consensus twice, I have to test for consensus now. We're not going to go through it again. So, I'm going to read it one more time. I would like to propose, starting on Tuesday, October 25th, that Occupy Pittsburgh move to a schedule of conducting a General Assembly on Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 7 p.m. During the non-GA evenings, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, there could be facilitated discussions starting at 7 p.m. on issues that interest the Occupy Pittsburgh community. We will evaluate the schedule for 2 weeks, discuss it at Monday night's November 7th discussion groups, and bring forth evaluations about the schedule on the GA on Tuesday, November 8th. Do we have consensus? Alright, proposal passed. Alright, any other working
made a use of so.
Santa Claus said they're not going to vote on the line effect one. There's disagreement.
But that's what we've always said.
Like we had a situation with the camp issue, and people that were camping here just did a stand aside because they didn't want to vote on a camp.
Mike check, get on here. I'm sorry.
And then
Process in past years, we have not had a discussion based on the stand aside. We have to go out and not specifically stand aside. That's because the history is
Speak up.
For the process, I think the reason for that is because all these and most of these could be brought out during the these and these are or should be brought out during the concern. Hands down and hands out, or it should be brought out. So that's why I think we haven't done that previously.
any other any more working group proposals?
Any more working group proposals?
Right. Individual announcements.
Want to go first? Charles, you best looking. I went down to the Lutheran church down Grant Street and I talked to Pastor David Greenland. He wants me to come back tomorrow morning about 9 o'clock in the morning so that we can hold our general assemblies and any other working group meetings inside the church in inclement weather. And there's also a microphone and speaker system inside there and I think bathrooms as well. So I will find out tomorrow whether or not we can use the church during certain hours of the day. That said, you won't be able to go over there for non-meeting times because they keep out the homeless, et cetera, et cetera. Sorry, too loud. The Lutheran church down the road. Lutheran. First Lutheran, something like that. It's across from the U.S. Steel building, the UPMC thingy.
Any other individual announcements? Yes, please. I brought a bunch of books from the library. I'm going to be a librarian. I'm so excited. About the libraries. I live not far from here. If anybody is ever like totally going out of their mind and needs like a hot shower and a cup of tea, some like books to hang out with, let's make friends and come to uptown and hang out in the ghetto. Another announcement, there is a church in the churches, Nichols, whatever. There is a church downtown that does accept the homeless. It is open all day, all the time. People have camped in their cemetery before. It's awesome. I forget what it's called. The two of them are next to each other and they're old. One on the left is open all the time during the day. You can wander in and they're singing and chat with people passing through town stuck on their way to Mexico. It's nice. I recommend it. Or Crib, you know, it's staffed at the library. It's on 6th. That's across from the campus. That's great. Yeah, I think one's called Trinity Cathedral. Yeah, his companions to the exit
Yeah. I'll see about putting it inside the information center.
I have the same proposal you made about housing. I go to Point Park. My dorm is literally a couple blocks away. I go there frequently. I'm usually here in the evenings. Anybody needs a shower? I don't have towels, but I have a shower. I have soap. I have shampoo and conditioner. If you want to just hang out and watch TV for a little while, laundry. I can't do everyone's laundry, but if you guys have a little bit of laundry that you want to get to me at some point, I can, when I have time, go to my dorm and do it for you.
I have toy laundry in my basement of my building, and it's summer-ish, you know, but we got laundry. If anyone's recorded,
Any other announcements?
I forgot one. I had to do.
Chris?
I apologize. I'm really tired from the week.
You're tired, man.
So I'm not trying to ruin consensus process or anything, but working group announcement I provide. Basically, facilitation has been trying to work on a plan for our finances for being able to accept online donations. Very contentious issue, as we expected. What we decided to do is to create we're going to call it a donations working group. Not a finance, but donations, which will, as we go forward, be a group that will also deal with monetary and non-monetary donations, but not an oversight, thing, but working with getting everything established. So I'm getting that set up so that we can start educating everyone about our needs financially and the need for a single fiscal sponsor, which I think a lot of people don't understand the legalities that we're facing. So we want everyone to get together that's interested, that has experience, especially would be helpful, but everyone is welcome to join the donations working group. And we can start researching all the options, start getting some education materials together. I spoke with some people on social media, willing to maybe live stream, talks about things, have Q&A, so that we can start educating everyone and addressing their concerns as we go along, so that we can develop a plan as quickly as possible, so that we can receive some money to get things that we need. We haven't been suffering yet, but one, there's no reporting to the IRS, and two, we may need something emergency for winter, and we don't want to sit and wait for a donation to come in for the item if we need it right away, or if something breaks down and we need the generator replaced. So we need to start thinking about those. Also, our porta-johns are currently being paid for by someone that was in the movement, and that will stop soon. So for us to continue at porta-johns, we will need to have to pay for those services, which is up to about $4,000 a month. Unless we find another donor.
How soon are they going to stop?
It's going to be maybe a couple of weeks. It's nothing that's like, I don't want to, I'm just saying that that's another consideration. I don't think we'll be without them immediately, but we need to, there's some things that the movement may have to start paying for that we, but we also want to solicit online donations. So, we have some guaranteed funds for them. So, like I said, a lot of discussions will occur. I guess you could see me, and I'll figure out who else is going to be around camp that can start to assemble a group. We want to get as nice a group as we can to get through this. We'll start just meeting and set up things over the next week. Try to get something together within 2 weeks at the very latest to present to people.
Have a clarifying question.
Well, basically, this is supposed to be all-encompassing. So the donations working group is going to deal with monetary and non-monetary, and people have expressed interest in being in that, whereas it's actually a more expansive research instead of just trying to do it ourselves without reporting to the IRS. So this is looking at both external sponsorship and any other options that we may have. So I've just spoken to Danielle. She created that group, but didn't relay to anyone really what's happening with that, and I haven't gotten any updates. So she can join the donations working group so that we can get this going. You know what I mean? I want everyone to be involved in it.
Steve first.
This is just an announcement. Anyone that's interested to see me, and then I'll see whoever else is at camp can relay, and we can assemble a group. Try to get a meeting sometime this coming week so we can just sit down and discuss more of what it's going to do or not do, and the education that we can get started. But we need to move on this. We can't wait. so that's all. Is there any other announcements?
Could you ask that person?
Any other announcements?
Just to clarify, this is from that
Amber.
No, not at all. This is like an exploratory working group. There's only been like 2 or 3 of us researching things, and we need more people involved in that process first. So the working group would be 50 people, but we need to have everyone understand our needs and the legal issues involved, so that everyone understands what decision they're making about our finances. We don't want to make it feel like people are, being forced into anything they're not comfortable with or that they don't understand. So.
Right, I get that. It's one of the things that there's a lot of language create budgets, things that other people don't understand. And so I wanted to make sure.
I said, okay, I'm sorry, I agree. Yeah. Researching all options, that to me is not limiting. But anything that is made as a decision on consensus within that working group would be brought to the chief
Steve?
The other, just an announcement, the other financial group is meeting at 6 on Thursday. So, anybody that's interested in that.
At the camp?
On the website, happypittsburgh.org.
It's coming.
Anyway, if you want to go to the education meeting, go to the Facebook group and the address is at the SIU.
Yeah, 209. I would like to join the donation group, and I'm proposing a new event fancy loan, which is
Good, Daniel?
Yeah, well, you have, one of the problems is people in the media working group don't know about events meetings going on. So, if you could, what?
The events and meetings that we're doing together.
Yeah, I mean, one thing that would be helpful is be as quick as possible in sending a message to,
And that's like a pseudo press release, like I don't know what to call it, and just say, hey, social media, we're doing this on this day. Just wanted to let you know, so then we know. Because like I get stuff down in these meetings, but it doesn't necessarily mean that I get all the information, all the contact information, times, places, and that's why I have to constantly interrupt and say, what's your name again? Where is it again? Can you name the address again? So just send us all that information as you guys decide on it to help us.
Is the media group in charge of the website, or is that a different? Social media does the website. Media. So, occupypittsburgh.org or PGH or whatever it is. Social media. Also join.
Any other announcements?
I'd like to announce that I do not know a lot of the groups. I'd like to know how to.
They're on the website.
Yeah, we added there too, like to the website under resources. Yeah, the resources tab, and we have as up to date as we can. The working groups and the contact when they can. This is not a legal entity. Yeah, the protest group was. I mean, this will get some information, but this will be discussed with the working group. But the protest movement is
We should have those discussions after the demo.
Any other announcements?
Donation.
I mean, what urgent
All right, we're done. Whatever the end. You don't know what the official end is. Oh,
I just had one individual proposal. But I could possibly go to
This I'm completely off my game.
And then he loves me how to hold that.
There's a lot. I screwed up. I screwed up big time tonight. Well, you have to be able to see it. If you can't see,
personally go look at turning it around. That's changes that were made and also the conversation to the issue of municipalities. That's something that we discuss
the location. Basically, I came up with a short, simple idea to quicken the process of GAs. 15 minutes, half an hour before a GA. Maybe we should have a meeting area for the facilitators and people with
just right here,
working
these
groups,
two people.
representatives
items for that day. Individuals and anybody who has a proposal or an announcement, maybe sit down and organize, this person's going to speak then. So then we don't have to like wait and look around for people to ask questions. I just figured it'd be a lot quicker.
Yeah, it's like hurting me.
Well, then,
We can continue to try, so if anyone's a working group,
so I guess I can make that an announcement. Can you guys all find a place to meet? Maybe half an hour before just to set up the general organization. How it would go to quicken this? Because none of us really quicken.
Post it on the site.
we usually have the facilitation tent, which is next to the medic area, is the facilitators usually meet to get the agenda together. So anyone from working groups that have proposals, just come up. And individuals, yeah, anyone that wants to get on the agenda, come up to facilitation. We do it every day that there'll be a general assembly at 6 p.m. So there'll always be someone there that's going to be facilitating. So we'll just try that again and we can do that.
I just think we should be like, if don't go and get yourself on the agenda, you can speak that day.
Yeah, we're not going to limit people. So can we just say that the announcement is not a proposal? So, yeah, I think so, right?
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Sammy, and someone else will be here.
How many people I honestly, do not want to be in charge of that. I don't want to be in charge of this one either. I have way too much going on for this. I'm so. My